in the coming Great Tribulation, the Antichrist will say he is Jesus, and he will set up his image, which is the image of Jesus, and force everyone to worship the image. It says here, the book of Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast, who was wounded by the sword and lived. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would worship the image of the beast to be killed. So the Antichrist will say he is Jesus, and he will set up his image. But what is the image that symbolizes Jesus? It's none other than the cross. Is there any other image that symbolizes Jesus? Many of you should be familiar with the four spiritual laws, and in it you will find the drawing depicting Jesus as the cross, sitting on the chair of self. And so the cross is a symbol that symbolizes Jesus. So that's why all the churches in the world, they have this image of Jesus set up in their churches, in front of the congregation and on top of the churches. It's an image of Jesus. So in the Great Tribulation, the Antichrist will fool the world as a Jesus, and he will set up his image in all the churches and force them to bow down and worship the image of Jesus. And furthermore, the Antichrist will force all the people who worship the image to receive the mark of the Antichrist. It says here, same chapter, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So the Antichrist will force everyone to worship him and his image, and to receive this mark of the beast, the mark of the Antichrist, which is the cross. Now you probably saw this before. The Catholics, they draw the cross across their chest to proclaim that he belongs to the Christ. Likewise, the Antichrist will force everyone to receive his mark, his image or symbol, so that it's easy to distinguish all the people who worship the Antichrist. So in the Great Tribulation, city systems of the world will go under the rule of the Antichrist, and they will need to distinguish all the people who accept the Antichrist as their master easily on the street, so that they're gonna put this mark of the beast, which is the cross, on the people's hand or forehead. Now most people will just receive it on their hands, but some people will be bold enough to proclaim he belongs to Jesus by putting this image of the beast on their foreheads. And right now it's already happening. A lot of people, they put cross tattoos on their hand, and some people put cross tattoos on their forehead. And everybody just loves this cross, and they love to hang it around their neck, or they hang it inside of the car. And people are receiving this mark of the beast on their hands or forehead already. And also it says here, verse 17, and then no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So in the Great Tribulation, it will be not only easy to distinguish the Antichrist worshippers on the street, but the Antichrist will control all the people by forcing them to receive this mark, so that no one will be able to buy or sell if they don't have this mark on them. So to do that, if they put a cross tattoo with a chip functionality, then they will accomplish that. Now, most people are using the credit cards or the debit cards these days, and you will find the numbers on the cards. And the first few numbers are the bank numbers, and the branch numbers come, and the numbers for each individual. And in the Great Tribulation, I believe that the first few numbers will be the number of his name. Now, you might know this system that you can represent all the alphabets with a number. And then it will be the number of the name of the Antichrist. So the first few numbers will be the number of the beast, number of the Antichrist. And then the branch numbers and the numbers for the individuals will follow on that chip. So all the people will receive the cross tattoo with this unique numbers. So that's how the Antichrist will control all the people. So then no one will be able to live unless they receive this mark with a chip, and it will be the only method to pay for all the groceries and all the means to sustain your family. So it says here, except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So when the time comes, no matter who says, like even if all the churches in the world and all the church leaders accept the Antichrist as Jesus and force everyone to bow down and worship the image of Jesus or image of the Antichrist, I urge you not to receive this cross on your body or worship the cross, because otherwise the Bible says anybody who does that will be tormented in the lake of fire. Revelation chapter 14 verse 9. If anyone worships the beast and his image and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascends forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name.